With app templates, developers can create templates to bootstrap their projects with all the best practices that they have developed and get a head start on building BusinessWorks applications. Developers can create templates with rich metadata and versions, and users, when using them, will know exactly what's there in the templates with all access to the metadata. The brand new Process Diff Viewer allows users to confidently check in their code by allowing them to compare different revisions of processes against their working copies and visually see all the differences. Our Process Diff Viewer also integrates with Eclipse version control plugins like eGit and Subclipse. You can also look at different revisions of each process and compare them against each other using these plugins. The next improvement for developers is the Dependency Viewer. Users can check both dependencies as well as references for various resources of their BW project. You might want to check all the references to a particular schema or all the dependencies of a particular process. You can try out different layouts and choose to look at the entire dependency tree in a single view. You can double-click on a particular resource shown to land directly into the configuration for that resource. I would like to move on to certain preferences that developers should keep in mind when working in BW. If you think your ear size is too big, I highly recommend turning on the preferences to filter out unused resources and Eclipse GMF diagrams from your ear file. Don't worry, even if you turn off these diagrams, you will still be able to see processes in admin. Let's talk a little bit about deployment targets. Deployment targets instruct Studio to check if applications are conforming to their target platforms. With just a few clicks, you can update the deployment target to take an on-prem application to the cloud. If rules are being broken, Studio will throw validation errors which need to be fixed before generating the ear file. Let's move on to something that we have got fantastic feedback from our customers: unit testing. Unit testing is supported via Maven, and you will need to generate a POM file in order to run your unit tests. You can create tests, add processes to them, and update those processes to have assertions, mocks to ensure that they are tested thoroughly before deploying to production. You can mock entire output so that you don't need to have dependent services running when you're unit testing. You can also assert on entire outputs instead of individual elements of activities. You can delete mock outputs and instead mock exceptions to induce failure in your processes to check your error handling logic. You can create test suites out of these and run them as part of your regression suite. There are multiple Maven goals supported, and I highly recommend checking out our GitHub repo for more information. We support detailed error reporting to save your results. You can save results as XML, and for those of you who like fancy results, we also support HTML reports with both code coverage and assertion results.